So the full market update is finally here in Grow a Garden, and I've been no life in this event ever since it dropped, testing out every single angle just to figure out how to farm full eggs basically without limits. Trust me, by the time you finish this video, you're going to understand the whole loop, the sneaky little tricks, and even some hidden mechanics that make this event way easier than it looks on the surface. And I'm not exaggerating here when I say you can literally turn this event into an endless grind if you know exactly what you're doing. But before we get deeper into that, if you could, take a second to click that subscribe button and become part of the 5,000 OGs of the channel. And while you're at it, drop a like on this video too. It really helps the channel grow and keeps me motivated to put in the hours testing stuff like this for you guys. Now, before we dive straight into the farming methods for the fall egg, let's quickly talk about what this update actually added, because it's not just about the egg. The devs set up a full-on fall festival market, and it comes with a bunch of different stalls. There's a gear stall where you'll find items like the new leaf blower and maple sprinkler. Honestly, these are more on the fun side, little tools and utilities that add some variety. Then you've got the pet stall, which is where you can actually grab the fall egg itself, along with some brand new pets to raise and play around with. On top of that, there's also a seed shop where you can pick up seasonal plants, and a cosmetics booth if you're the type who likes customizing your look. So yeah, the devs definitely gave us some new things to explore, but if we're being honest, the real star of the show here is the fall egg. That's what most of us are here for, and that's exactly what we're focusing on today. So how does this event actually work? Right in the middle of the event area, you'll see this massive tree, and that tree basically runs the whole event. Every few minutes, it makes a request for a specific type of plants, and this request isn't the same every time. Sometimes it's going to ask for fruits, sometimes vegetables, other times it could be berries, leafy plants, tropical plants, prickly plants, the list just keeps going. If you've played the old Beanstalk event before, the mechanics will feel really familiar. It's the same idea, react quickly to whatever request pops up and keep the tree happy. Honestly, I was a bit disappointed when I saw how similar it was to the Beanstalk event because I was expecting something a little more fresh and unique. But at the end of the day, I can't even be mad because I still seriously enjoy this game. Now let me know in the comments, how are you guys feeling about this event so far? Do you like it? Do you find it repetitive? Or are you just happy it's not overly complicated? I genuinely want to hear your thoughts because I love reading your takes on these updates. Alright, so here's something that a lot of people get wrong right away. You don't actually have to donate a crazy amount of items to participate. Even if you hand over just one plant, the game already counts you as part of the event. That means you could technically just give the bare minimum every time and still collect rewards at the end. But here's where the strategy for farming comes in. If you want to rack up fall eggs consistently, you need to be prepared with a stockpile of plants across every category. Like, strawberries are a perfect go-to whenever the tree asks for berries. Tomatoes are the easy answer when it wants vegetables, coconuts cover the tropical requests, and cactus handles the prickly category. The more variety you have ready in advance, the less you'll scramble later on when the tree surprises you with its requests. And if you're confused about which plants belong to which category, like maybe you're not sure what counts as leafy or what's considered a night plant or things like that, the Grow a Garden wiki is honestly your best friend. They have a full list of every single plant in the game, what category it falls under, and even whether it's obtainable or not. So if you're ever lost, make sure to check that out. It'll save you a lot of guessing. Now after you donate, here's the catch. You can't just spam endlessly in the same server. Once you contribute, you're hit with a 5-minute cooldown before you can donate again. And yeah, 5 minutes might sound short, but when you're grinding, it feels like forever. That's why one of the biggest tricks in this event is to just server hop. The cooldown is tied to each server, so if you leave and join a different one, the timer resets completely. That means you can basically keep donating back to back if you're willing to switch lobbies, which turns what should be a slow event into an almost infinite farming loop. And we can't forget about plant rarity. Not all donations are worth the same. Common plants only give you 1 point, uncommons give you 2, rares give 3, legendary is worth 4, mythical gives 5, prismatic shoots all the way up to 7, and transcendent maxes out at 8 points. Of course, no one's realistically throwing their transcendent plants at the tree, that's just not worth it. But mixing in a few rares or mythicals when you've got them can really push your score higher, and that means better rewards in the long run. If you're sticking to only commons, sure, you'll still get progress, but it's going to be a slower climb. Another detail that people miss all the time is the shop reset. Every single time you donate, the shop rotates its stock. So if you forget to check it before making your donation, those items disappear permanently, and I mean permanently. You don't get them back later. So it's really important to make sure you buy whatever's in the shop first, then make your donation. That way you don't miss out on gear, pets, or cosmetics that could be helpful. Now let's talk multiplayer, because the strategy changes a little when you're farming with others. Since the event only requires you to donate one plant to count, you could honestly just throw in a single item and let everybody else do the work. And yeah, if you're lazy, that's technically fine, but the system actually rewards the top contributor with extra goodies, sometimes even exclusive items that nobody else in that server gets. So if you're really trying to maximize your haul, it's worth putting in the effort. Personally, I think going solo is even better, because then every single donation is yours and you're guaranteed to secure those top contributor rewards without any competition. That's really the loop right there. You prepare ahead of time by planting and stocking up on the right crops. You donate whenever the tree asks for something, you server hop to get around the cooldown, you push for the top contributor spot whenever possible, and if you stay consistent with that cycle, you'll be stacking 4 legs at a speed that almost feels broken compared to how the devs probably imagined this event would be played. And honestly, that's one of the reasons why I kind of like this update. It's way simpler compared to older events. There's no seed pack gambling involved this time, no crazy complicated mechanics. It's just straightforward farming with a couple of clever tricks you can use to speed everything up. Once you get into the rhythm, it almost feels relaxing. You're picking up eggs left and right, checking the shop for new items, and then jumping right back into another tree request. It's the kind of event where, once you're locked into the grind, you barely even notice the time passing. What makes it even more worthwhile is that the egg stock refreshes every 5 minutes. And unlike some of the older updates, there's no reset tied to shekels or anything like that. It's just consistent farming. If you're willing to put in the time, you can easily grab around 20 eggs an hour, and that's not even counting the bonus rewards for being the top contributor. Though I will say, those bonuses aren't always guaranteed to be eggs. Most of the time, I personally end up with 4 crates or watering cans, even when I'm the only one grinding in my server. So it's a bit hit or miss, but still worth the effort. One thing I did actually like in this update was some of the gear, but I have to admit, overall I was a little disappointed. The mechanics are almost directly recycled from the Beanstalk event. I don't know why they went this route again, but at the same time, I do appreciate the devs for keeping the grind simple and accessible. Oh, and I almost forgot. One thing that can make this whole grind a lot easier is using pets like the Stegosaurus or the giant ant. These pets basically duplicate whatever you harvest. It's not game breaking for rares because they don't duplicate them as effectively, but for commons it makes a huge difference. You'll fill your stockpile a lot faster, which means more donations in less time. So yeah, if you've been wondering how people are already flexing stacks and stacks of fall eggs, this is exactly how they're doing it. I've been running this loop non-stop and I promise you it works every single time. Give it a shot, settle into that rhythm, and watch how quickly your inventory fills up. And if you happen to figure out some new shortcut or trick that's even crazier than server hopping, drop it in the comments because I always love seeing the methods this community comes up with. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. We're on the road to 5,000 and I seriously appreciate every single one of you for sticking around and watching all the way through. If you made it this far, comment chipmunk down below so I know you're part of the real ones. Peace out and I'll catch you guys in the next one.